in the heart of the bleak and barren desert, lies the desolate town of Dusthaven. This is a place where the sun bleeds crimson on the horizon, and the wind carries with it an eerie whisper, dancing with the tumbleweeds across the desolate landscape. Silence reigns supreme here, disturbed only by the occasional creak of wooden boards and the distant howl of the wind. The buildings stand stark and abandoned, bearing silent testimony to a time when life still thrived here. Now they are but skeletal remnants, their hollow eyes gazing upon a town that time has forgotten. A sense of desolation pervades the air, as if the very soul of Dusthaven has evaporated, leaving behind a spectral husk. Yet, amidst this desolation, an ominous presence lingers. An ethereal figure weaves through the shadows, his wide-brimmed hat casting an eerie silhouette against the fading light. In this town, a spectral figure, known only as the Poncho Stranger, casts an ominous shadow over the landscape. One fateful evening, a curious wanderer named Jake, oblivious to the chilling tales of Dusthaven, steps into the town. The saloon doors groan under his touch, revealing an interior steeped in a silence as thick as the desert dust. His boots, worn and weary from countless miles, echo hauntingly, a soul disturbance in the stillness. The locals, huddled in hushed conversation, cast wary glances in his direction, their eyes reflecting a shared unease. Among them, a shadowy figure sits alone in the corner, a spectre bathed in dim candlelight. The Poncho Stranger. The mere sight of his silhouette sends a shiver through the room. His unseen gaze finds Jake, a cold wind sweeping through the saloon in response. Undeterred by the sudden chill, Jake strides to the bar, his voice slicing through the silence. "What's your game, stranger?" he demands, an edge of fear subtly betraying his bravado. Ignoring the warnings, Jake challenges the ominous figure, his unease creeping into his voice. The Poncho Stranger remains silent, his presence unnerving. Suddenly, the candles reignite, revealing a sight that sends chills down Jake's spine. The stranger's poncho, once a dull and tattered cloak, now drips with a spectral ichor, shimmering in the dim light. His hat, previously casting a shadow on an unseen face, now reveals nothing but a hollow void. An unsettling sight that sends ripples of fear coursing through Jake's veins. As the cold wind howls outside, a haunting melody begins to play, echoing through the saloon. It's a tune that carries the lamentations of the forsaken, a chilling symphony that seems to originate from the Poncho Stranger himself. The melody seeps into every corner of the room, and Jake can feel it, a spectral whisper caressing his skin, a mournful reminder of the town's ghostly past. With every note that hangs in the air, the Poncho Stranger's presence grows. His movements, an ethereal dance, seem to consume the room. Shadows writhe within the folds of his poncho, a spectacle that fascinates, yet terrifies Jake. Suddenly, the Poncho Stranger rises, his form a dark silhouette against the flickering candlelight. The air grows heavy with an unspoken malevolence. The haunting melody intensifies, mirroring the crescendo of Jake's fear. Then, the stranger speaks, his voice a whisper on the wind. It echoes through the saloon, reverberating off the aged wooden walls. "I am the keeper of the Forsaken, the harbinger of the frontier's ghosts," he declares, his voice carrying the weight of unspoken tales and forgotten spirits. The revelation sends a jolt of terror through Jake. He stumbles backward, his heart pounding in his chest. A desperate attempt to flee the saloon, to escape the spectral enigma that is the Poncho Stranger. Terrified, Jake stumbles backward, the chilling voice of the Poncho Stranger echoing through the corridors of his mind. His encounter with the stranger, a chilling tale that would forever be etched into the annals of Dusthaven's ghostly lore. The legend of the Poncho Stranger is whispered with dread in the darkened corners of the Wild West. This spectral enigma, cloaked in a blood-stained poncho, still roams the deserted town of Dusthaven. His presence is an eerie melody that dances on the winds of this desolate town, a chilling reminder of the forsaken souls that once inhabited it. The Poncho Stranger is a harbinger of the frontier's ghosts, a keeper of the Forsaken. His gaze, hidden beneath the shadowy brim of his hat, is a hollow void that unsettles the bravest of souls. His spectral ichor drips from his cloak, a testament to an unknown past that haunts the present. The Poncho Stranger embodies the fear that clings to the ghost town of Dusthaven, a fear that is as omnipresent as the crimson sunsets and the whispering winds. Those who dare to speak his name, know that the haunting melody and the hollow void beneath the hat could descend upon them at any moment, leaving only the echoes of a cursed encounter with the Poncho stranger.